Are you working in the steel and fabrication industry and looking for a solution to cutting intricate angles in your metal stock, fast and cleanly, without compromising on blade life or tool durability? Well, stay tuned. We've got a real game changer for you right here. Hi everyone, my name is DK, and today I'd like to present to you the Evolution S355MCS, the industry's first 355mm metal cutting mitering chop saw. This saw features the same heavy-duty build quality of a cast aluminium chop saw, with all of the quick angle adjustments of a miter saw. So, with that being said, let's get into it. If you're familiar with Evolution Power Tools products, then you know that this company is a leader in the steel industry, with a fantastic range of heavy-duty tools on the market, from work-tough chop saws to steel-cutting circular saws and mag drills, all optimized for being the ideal solution to carry out heavy fabrication work. But focusing back on the saw itself, it really is in a league of its own, being the first of its kind on the market. It's accurate, with a 46-degree mitering base both to the left and to the right. You can quickly and easily set up for precision miter cuts on all of your metal stock. It's reliable, with a rock-solid knurled rear fence, combined with a selection of quick-release front and top clamps. It can secure your workpiece tightly in place for repeat cutting on all common metal profiles, ideal for effective production in the fab shop or workplace. And it's powerful. Its high-torque motor and gearbox system ensures it makes easy work of even the toughest materials without compromise on cut quality. 6mm thick 100 by 100mm box section, no problem for this saw. Before I give you an in-depth look at the features and specifications of the S355MCS, you should also consider that this saw is also a dry cut saw, featuring the same cutting technology as the Evolution Power Tools range of metal cutting chop saws. The advantages of using such a machine to cut your metal over alternative methods such as abrasive saws do become apparent after your first cut. With the S355MCS, you don't need a hot work permit. It cuts cleanly and is cool to the touch. This means that you can get straight onto welding, unlike an abrasive saw, which cuts using friction and emits dangerous sparks and heat, leaving a heavily burred finish. This needs to be allowed to cool before you can even start to grind the burr square and get onto welding. The S355MCS simply saves time and money while emphasizing user safety in the workplace. Evolution Power Tools have produced an in-depth assembly guide video for this product, which can be found on their website. As you can see, there are mounting holes on the base of the unit, both at the front and at the rear. These allow for easy mounting to secure in place on your workbench for serious cutting. It weighs in at 34.9 kilograms, so you can be sure of its solid and robust build quality. It's been designed to support bulky metal stock for the long term. First up, to get the saw ready for action, locate the head lockdown pin, which is situated right here. Release, like so, and lift the head into position. A much smoother operation than the old chain locking mechanism on many chop saws. Now you will have noticed the sliding rail that the head is attached to. I must stress that this is not to be used in the same fashion as a sliding miter saw. The glide rails are for quick release repositioning of the saw head in order to reposition the angle of the head. This is essential to reduce the stress on your blade. If you need assistance on how to optimize your saw for maximum blade life using this feature, then please visit Evolution Power Tools support video, Best Cutting Practices on the S355MCS, which can be found on the Evolution website. A locking pin can be located here. Once released, the head can be smoothly adjusted along the glide rails into each of the 3 set positions. This is a very handy feature as many chop saws need vice adjustments using an Allen key in order to achieve the same function. So this really is going to save a lot of time on the job when working with multiple sizes of stock. This innovative glide rail and locking pin system have been patented. Equipped with the saw is the famous Evolution 66-tooth 355mm mild steel cutting tungsten carbide tip blade. This blade has been specially designed to run in tandem with the saw's powerful high torque motor and gearbox system, which ensures that the blade will run optimally so that the metal stock is cut cleanly and square every time. With accuracy, reliability and power at the forefront of the design, This heavy-duty, metal-cutting, mitering chop saw has been optimized to reduce material handling and make easy work of cutting your metals. At 90 degrees, it can cut all of these materials to these capacities, cutting them all faster, cleaner, and safer than an abrasive saw. Now, while we're discussing the cutting, I'd like to draw your attention to the base of the machine. It's been designed with a solid die-cast aluminium base, and this rotary table enjoys the advantages of a mitre saw, allowing for toolless adjustments to cutting angles, giving greater accessibility of different angles. The saw will mitre to both the left and to the right by 46 degrees, and features positive stops at 0, 15, 22.5, 30, and 45 degrees, allowing for swift access to all common cutting angles. At 45 degrees left, it will cut all of these materials to these capacities. There's also this thumb lock lever here, so you can lock any specific angle between 0 and 46 degrees in place. At 45 degrees to the right, this saw is capable of cutting the same types of metal stock to these capacities. Another advantage of this mitering base is that no matter which angle you're cutting at, the workpiece is always locked into place onto the working area. Unlike a standard chop saw, where the vise is adjusted, so does the angle at which the material is positioned on the base of your machine. This can cause issues when working with longer sections of metal. So all in all, alleviating this issue is a great upgrade on the S355MCS. A huge upgrade in design on this saw is the innovative design that ensures safe and effective clamping on all different shapes and sizes of metal stock. Housed at the front of the machine is this front clamp bar. It allows for metal stock to be clamped anywhere along the full width of the base. Supplied with the saw are two quick-release front clamps with a heavy-duty Acme lead screw. These simply slide onto the front clamp, like so, and can be adjusted to secure your metal. An advantage of the clamp bar is that you can clamp very close to the blade when cutting smaller or shorter lengths of stock. These can be hard to clamp into place on chop or miter saws that have fixed clamping positions. The front clamp foot design is knurled. This ensures a better grip of the metal stock. Another great feature of this clamping bar is the ability to adjust the height of the bar itself. Simply loosen the thumb screws that are located here on the left and the right of the base. The height can then be adjusted to best suit the stock being worked on. These height settings are easily controlled through clear positive stops on the vertical posts. In addition to the front clamps, also supplied with the machine is this quick-release top clamp. This can slide into any of these holes here behind the fence to further secure your workpiece. So there are plenty of options to adjust the clamping setup of the S355MCS to safely work with various sizes of square tube, rectangular stock, round pipe, angle iron or rods. There are 3 V-block adapters also supplied with the machine. These can be slid onto any of the front clamps or the top clamp and are useful to give a firmer grip on some types of metal stock, from angle iron to square tube. This knurled design on the front clamp foot has been replicated on the heavy-duty back fence of the saw. It's a great feature to work alongside the clamping system in securely gripping the workpiece. The build quality of this mitering chop saw emits ruggedness both visually and in performance. Another feature of note on the base of the saw are these holes right here. They give compatibility to use bench dogs as additional clamping accessories. These will be useful to enhance the clamping support if working with the regular shapes of metal such as curved pipe. For user comfort, there's an ergonomic ambidextrous handle and trigger, giving ease of operation for both left and right-handed users. There's a safety trigger here, which must be engaged in order to activate the saw. When cutting, the chip deflector situated here on the saw comes into play, shielding the user from any debris emitted while also ensuring mess around the workshop is suitably contained. For blade changes, there's onboard tool storage here, which houses this handy Allen key. So in addition to the supplied mild steel cutting blade, Evolution Power Tools also offers additional material-specific 355mm tungsten carbide tip blades, which are also compatible with this saw. There's an aluminium cutting blade which looks like so. This blade has a specially designed kerf to avoid clogging. As aluminium is a soft metal, it tends to want to bind into the kerf of the saw blades. So if you're working with a lot of aluminium, then this blade should help alleviate this problem, giving you a much improved user experience and better bang for your buck. There's also a thin steel cutting blade, which looks like so. It has a slightly slimmer kerf than the standard mild steel blade, so it will leave a really smooth and clean finish on those smaller and thinner metal stocks. Lastly, there's a stainless capable blade which looks like so. This blade is rated to effectively cut 302, 303 and 304 gauge stainless stock. Remember, stainless work hardens, so be sure to check out the Evolution Blade best practice video to get the most out of your stainless blade. Also, double check with your metal supplier about the grade of stainless ordered before use. That's not all. Evolution Power Tools also offer a best-in-class 3-year warranty with the S355MCS, giving you support from Evolution's world-class customer service team should you need any help with the saw. This will give you peace of mind that it will hold up on the toughest of fabrication jobs for years to come. And there we have it, the Evolution S355MCS 355mm metal cutting Mitre chop saw and supplied mild steel cutting blade. A heavy-duty game-changer in the fabrication industry, being the first 355mm Mitre chop saw to hit the market. More accurate, reliable and powerful than abrasive saws. That's about it for me today. Thanks a lot for watching. I'll see you again on the next one.